My name is Claude Lenglet. I'm very glad to have the chance to talk to you today of our adventure, what I would call a kind of adventure that has been taking place since the end of 2012 in Nord Pas de Calais. Nord Pas de Calais is a 4 million inhabitants region located, as its name says it, in the northern part of France, called close to Belgium. And we have decided by the end of 2012 to build up a master plan of this region with Jeremy Rifkin and his ideas around the ideas of the third industrial revolution. This is what I'd like to tell you, and what I would like also to tell you is where we are 2 years after and how circular economy takes its place in most of our projects. Let's start with 2013. 2013 has been a very interesting experience working with Jeremy Rifkin, working with his team of experts, but working also with our experts that were challenging his team. And that led to a very fruitful document, the master plan of the Nord-Pas-de-Calais region, of the third industrial revolution in the Nord-Pas-de-Calais region, that has been presented just 2 years ago, the 25th of October 2013, by Jeremy Rifkin in person. Of course, this has been a 9 month experience, and one of the characteristics of this experience is that we have shared a lot of things. I had the chance to manage this work, and I had with me 8 working groups with more than 120 people working from our region, working on this topic and challenging, as I said before, Jeremy Rifkin and his experts. This made it, I think, very fruitful. I used to say that this master plan that's a kind of a bunch of seeds that now we try to grow. We try to make trees or flowers out of these trees. This is the idea that I say about the seeds of innovation that are everywhere in our master plan, and we're very grateful to the work that has been done with Jeremy Rifkin at that time. It was a beautiful experience. It was shared also between public and private, between the economy, the industry of our region, and the politicians of our region. And this also is something very important that made it happen and makes it happen now. I think that this point is quite important. I would like finally to say that among the 8 working groups, there was one who was specifically devoted to circular economy. So this was 2013, and now let's come to 2014. In 2014, our goal was to make it happen. We had said we want to build a master plan, but above all, we want to make it happen in concrete projects. Just to give you an idea, by the end of 2013, we had 20 major projects that had been identified. A year ago, we have counted 150 projects, initiatives, as we say, that are in the vision of the third industrial revolution, small one, medium one, and large one, mid-term, long-term, short-term projects. And now we believe that we have more than 300 projects as the day of today that are in the vision of the third industrial revolution. But let's come back to 2014. What happens in 2014 when we have this bunch of seeds, as I said, and we need to make it happen? And we had to build up some kind of governance, new governance, always public and private. We had also to build some tools. We've been writing a reference document, and we have made some tools to evaluate the quality of the projects and help them. We have also found a way to help them by expertise or financial means in order for them to progress and to be in the vision of the TIR, of the third industrial revolution, that we had been writing in 2013. This is more or less what happened in the first 2/3 of 2014. And since then, what are we doing? Well, we are helping the projects to flourish, the projects to progress, large projects, as I said, but also small ones. And here comes the point of circular economy. We have, as I said, many projects. It turns out that some of these projects, and not the least ones, some of these projects are around the buildings. And we have found that in our region, one of the goals was to be able to renovate, to refurbish a lot of old industrial polluted sites or a lot of old buildings. We have found today, and this is also a topic of circular economy, that it was needed, it was more interesting to refurbish old existing buildings than to build new ones. And we have clients, we have owners that are ready to put almost the same amount of money in a refurbished building than in a new building. And also architects that are progressing in that way. So this is the first point of circular economy, refurbishing the buildings. A second point, we are a very large industrial region, and we have found out that we were producing a lot of heat that is lost. So we are now trying in several projects to reuse this heat that is produced by an industry to heat housing, for example, or to be used by another industry. This is also for us circular economy. But we have also companies that are really building up their business model around circular economy. I would just mention one of these companies, which is called Alcatel-Lucent. They have been professional putting transatlantic cables, and now all these cables are made in fiber optics. So what's happening? Well, they found out a few years ago that in the bottom of the seas, of the oceans, there were copper cables that are no longer used. And so they imagined the process that would allow us to get these cables out of the water, to raise them out of the water, and to recycle them. And they have found that it is a profitable business model. Well, this is also circular economy, being able to go and pick up at the bottom of the sea these cables that are made of very pure and very good copper, and recycling the copper, which is a metal that is very important and very expensive now. So I would tend to say that in most of our projects, at least the most important one, the circular economy is present and starting to build up. Of course, we have also companies that are purely, and you will have, I think, some examples that's going to be shown to you, that are purely in the circular economy. What would I like to say for 2015 in order of some kind of conclusion is that, in fact, the success of this is made by a global approach. The global approach that allows us to have at the same time all the pillars, but also circular economy, but also new means of financing that we have trying to set up, and also, and this is a change since 2 years, the advent of the Internet of Things that Jeremy Rifkin has been explaining to us, has been showing to us, and that here again we are trying to put in practice in certain of our projects. What it is? Well, it is basically a whole region that has decided to be, I would say, in movement, a whole region that has been mobilized, and this is why we can say today that we have more than 300 projects. It is a work in progress. It is not a picture that I can give you. I will give you a different picture in 6 months from now. Every week brings me new projects, new ideas, research, innovation, people that want to go to, for example, building up what we call the TIR, for Third Industrial Revolution, a hospital that would be fully autonomous in terms of energy in 2050 or maybe before. And in this hospital, and this will be my last example, because they were involved in this Third Industrial Revolution master plan, in this hospital, they have decided to give to their architects and designers a 70 pages, yes, 70 pages document based only on circular economy, eco-construction, and life cycle analysis. Well, I had never seen that given to the architects of a previous hospital in my life. I'm a construction engineer, by the way. So you see, circular economy is everywhere, but it's not alone. It's because it's in the overall picture, the global picture that we're trying to build up around these pillars of Jeremy Rifkin's vision. We're going on, as I said, it's a work in progress. It's maybe will never be finished, but it's a beautiful road that our region has taken, both by the public and the private sector working together in that direction. Well, that was the main message I wanted to give you today. I wish you a very successful time, and I'm very happy, and I'm at your disposal to give you further information about what is happening in our region around this vision. Thank you very much. Have a good day.